Good morning, class. In today's session, we will see the generalized list formats. So, in previous session, we seen that how we are going representing the list, and we covered single list, double list, and the circular list also. And the generalized list means basically we will store the list formats uh, in the form of atoms, or itself it consists of the linear list what we are having. These are the examples we are having. Means we may say that a list can consist of the empty list also. Means empty, there is no any items to that one. Uh, Later we can add the atoms to that one, then it will be taking the length of that one as a 0. So how far we can give this generalized list here is, the generalized list will be an atom, or it may be an atom plus the linear list consideration, and you may say it has been considered as a recursive. Means if you are calling infinite times your list, then it will be taken as a recursive there, which is at the end. Means it here. See, what is a C structure is, you are continuously using the A atom here, and it is being calling itself here, but the length of that one will be specified as a 2 only. Here what it is doing, it is been calling itself, and we have been placing the request here. And in the yesterday's session we stopped here, that is a polynomial has been used here. How we are going to represent the polynomial represent means using this. If we are using one variable or the one representation, then it will be easy. For that one we have been covered in so far there. So what we are using, we are using a subscript representation there, and we are assigning the values to that one, either by using the single array or the double array. But when we are using the polynomials with the several variables, it's not that easy to be represented by the array formation. So here we need to create a node for that one. So for each and every expression, means each and every polynomial content what we are using will consist of the a node here, which is in the form coefficient, how many exponents or the how many variables are there, you need to plot there. So you having 3 variables there. So 3 variables is being provided as exponent x, and then exponent y, and then exponent z here. And what are the link, means if any other is there, we are providing a link for that mean processing. Yes, now. So here we are using 3 variables only. For that we have been mentioned 3 representations here. 4 fields are being used for presenting the structure, and the next one will be taken for the connecting or the pointer to the next one. Okay. So first coefficient will be here 1, because it is not having a value here. Just place it as a 1 here, and the exponent of the x will be 10, exponent of the y will be 3, exponent of z will be 2. And it is having the further representation there. Just represent it as a link there will be there, and you need to create a node for that one. And further simplifying of that of this representation will be here. So we need to take whether it is of the fixed size or not, we need to see. So if we are taking the fixed size representations, then it will be easy for the processing. In this example, we are giving the fixed size based on the z, which is having the exponent, then 2, and it is having the values x, y. Like if it is allowing to take the common factor there, then use this common factor and minimize the usage of, or minimize the processing of this polynomial here. So what you are representing, the polynomial should consist of a variable and the next pointer, and the numericals, the number of things what we have been using for that. So the variable what you means the polynomials what we are using should be the fixed size. So that's why what we are using a triple notation, which represents the polynomial, the pointer, and the number representation. Whenever we are creating a polynomial node, it will call its triple, which is specified as a trio, and executes this one. So see here, this is a value, this is the link representation for the 3x square and then y. So initially we need to call the values representation here. So what is the value it is been using here is the value is represented as a 3. How many variables it is using here is, it is using 3 variables here. If any nodes are there, no such nodes are there. So what it is doing, if it has to specify it as a 0. Okay. Now form a processing here. So the trio is, we are using, what is this one is, this is the variable. And this trio has been considered as a pointer. And this has been taken as a variable here. Now how we have been plotted here is from here to here. So here, take the value P. And then next, consider the value trio, that is having the 4 representations. What is the behavior of that one we should specify, whether it is a variable or a pointer or a number. Number means the coefficient what we are using, and the exponent what we are using has to be specified there. Okay. Here is the way y what you are using is a variable. And then next what you are doing is, it is been considered, it is been having the exponent or not, we need to represent that thing. If it is having the exponent, represent to the beside to that one. And coming to the x, it is having one coefficient and exponent. Coefficient is being specified at this one, and the exponent will be specified at this representation. And to form this generalized list one, what you have to do is nothing but we need to call up this values are there or not. If the value is there, specify the link, value, and then specify the link there. If not, just leave it. So these are the examples we took so far. D is, if you remember, D is a empty set. D is an empty set means then there is no need to create a list for that one. Okay. And coming to the next one, what you are using, you are using A. If you see here, we mentioned the A list here. A, and it is having the value or not, we need to see. Okay. If it is a represented as a true or false, we need to see, and the next data, and then next link, we need to 3 node representation. It is having an atom, specify an atom here. If it is having a list, specify the list here, then the tag will be, means then the list, if you are having the list means you need to represent it as a true. If not, represent it as a false here. Okay. It is not a list, it is an atom, specified as a false. Store this atom at this value, link to be given to the next atom, but the next atom is specified as a linear list. As it is a list, true. As it is a list, specify that thing. Okay. Next, plot the list. So here the list consists of multiple elements. So we can't say that this is a continuation of this list. This has to be specified as a different one. What are the values it consists of means the value will be projected into the another list here. Okay. So the values are, the first one is B, second one is C. If it is having a link, mark the link. If not, just indicate 0 there. If it is a list, no, it is not a list, it is an atom, specified as a false here. Okay. That is a A. And coming to the next one, B. B is having the elements which are the list previously specified. Okay. Now, see here, how many elements are there? There are 3 elements in that one. In that 3 elements, we are having 2 linear lists and 1 empty set. That is a linear list, which is an empty one. Okay. If we are being specifying empty here, then there is no need to write the empty list presentation here. But you are writing a list within the list here. So what it is doing, it needs to specify that there exists a list here. We can't leave it as a empty there. What is the first element? The first element is a list. Specify the tag as a true. And the values of that list are just point to the list what it is having there, previous one. And then next continuation, any element is there, atom is there, or list is there. The next element is the linear list. Yes, it is true. And then next is add a pointer to the a list again. But here it is an empty one, but it is also a list. Specify it as a true. What are the elements it is having? Null. Is there any next value there? No, just consider it as a 0. And coming to the next one here is C. C is having one atom and one list here. One atom means the tag value will be false. Specify the value there and mark the pointer to the next list. Here it is a list. And what is the value here? It is taking its own value into consideration. Mark it as a iterative one. Okay. So the value will be taken from this representation. How far we can take means as many times you are calling, it will allow you to take the values here. So recursion has been allowed. So the recursion has been allowed for that representation. For that we are using the recursive algorithm for that processing. So these recursive algorithms, what we have been used for that one is the data objects what you have been using continuously, means as we say that this has been used repeatedly, then make the calling of this list there itself only as a previous one. If we are been using the recursive algorithm here, this recursive algorithm will be having the two components here. So the two components are recursive function which is been calling, means which is been placed the calling node, which is been calling, that is being taken as a workhorse, which placed this call, then it will be considered as a driver here. If you see the previous one, see this one has been called itself. This becomes a workhorse and a driver itself. It is calling the C. It is calling the C here. So it is a calling the C means what happens here? It is being considered as a C. Here, this at this place C has been considered as a workhorse, and at this place C has been considered as a driver. And we need to create the two class functions for that workhorse and then driver here. What are the access specifiers for this workhorse and driver? Or workhorse is to be considered as a private, and then the public function will be the driver here. What are the recursive algorithms so far we can use here is the copying a list equality, list depth. Copying a list means here we make the processing of that one to be done here. So here how we are going to provide here is, I am calling a method, generate a list. I am creating a list here. In this creating a list, I am taking this copy method, which is using a generalized list, means which has been created and it is being copied for this first one. So the first will consist of the elements what you have been taken from the L here. So that is a driver, means which is a placing a call copy. And what is a copy method will do, or the generalized list method will do, has to be specified by the workhorse. So either you are calling the generalized list or you are calling a that is a copy list. What happens here is we need to process that thing. So here any method what you have been placed has to be called here. So here the generalized list what you have been taking is empty or not, we need to see. If it is empty, just leave it. If not, what happens? So if it is having some elements here, so process these elements from one list to the another list, and we need to take the tag into an account, whether it is atom, whether it is a list, we need to consider, and then we need to forward these, means we need to copy these elements into that one. List equality means we need to take this equal representations into an account. What it is doing is it needs to be provided with the same structure. Means length is 2. The length of the elements is 2 only. What happens here? The length of the elements is 2 means we can't say that both are having the same elements. So what is the structure of that one means? The first element is atom, means in the second list, the second element, the first element has to be atom. The second element is a list, means it should be consist of a list here. And if you are need to provide a complete the data also representation, the data has to be checked. First check for the structure. Structure means whether it consists of the atoms or the list, we need to see. And later what I have to do, we need to compare the elements of the structure there. Means atom, which is the atom here, A is an atom for the first list, then the B has to be considered, means the second list has to be considered A as an atom only. If not, what happens, it is not being considered as a equality. So just to specify what is the equality you have been mentioning. The equality has been mentioned for the structure, or whether the equality has been mentioned for the either data represented one, we need to see. So if it is being structure, means just mention one piece of code that is just comparing the elements behavior, that is whether it is an atom or list, we need to see. And the list is consist of how many elements or not, we need not to specify there. And coming to the equality of the data, just compare the elements at that one, that is atom which is equivalent to the second list or not. If you are having a list, what is the list length here? So the list length is a 3, and the list length of the second element is a second list is a 2. Then what happens here? Although structure has been specified, what it is doing, it is been taking as a inequality there. Okay, and if you are taking that data representation, whenever data is equivalent to that represented one, then we will specify it as a equal one. List of the depth here is how many elements it has been taking, means as I said, the structure of that one. So atoms are there or not, we need to see for that processing. So depth means it consists of how many elements there, whether it is atom, whether it is a list or not, it is taking. The length of that one has to be specified there. Then we need to take this one to be processed for the further processing. And coming to the next one, there is a reference count and then shade or the recursive list. Here in the first we have seen that B element, what you have been, B list has been sharing the A list here. So we have been sharing the same sublist, or we have been sharing the same list here. We need to make a count of that one, whether it is being shared by that one or not. So for that, we are using the reference count into the representation. So here, taking the example that is A here, we have been mentioning the sublist is having one name, that is a Z for our means a neat representation here. And we are taking A list has to be processed by the A and Z, and then next what you are taking, the B has been using the values of the A here. So for what you are doing, we need to represent another one here. So first represent the count of that processing, and later represent the data of that one. Okay, so first tag will be there, and then if the data is there, represent the data, and link is there, just specify the link there and stop the processing. If not, what it has to do, you need to make the reference count there or not, we need to see. If any list has been created, the reference count is specified as a 1. If any other list is being used, just add the value to that one. X is being taken as a D, which is an empty set. Whether it is an empty set also, it has an existence there. So create a node for that one, and element is there or not, we need to see. It is an empty one. No need to specify an element address there. And what it is doing, it is been taking the tag as a first one. The tag has to consider as a false here, and any reference count is there or not, we need to write. itself it is having a count, just specify as a 1. If it is having the elements, connect to the elements here. Connect to the elements. It is not having elements, just to specify the count there. That's all. And coming to the next one, that is for the A. A is having two elements here. The two, in the two elements, the first one is an atom, the second one is a linear list. Okay. And coming to the next one here is, first we need to specify the count here. So to specify the reference count here, we need not to go for this only its a specification, means only its addressing. We need to know about the complete list which has been doing for the processing. From that, if there is a ability of accessing of that one, means there or not, we need to see. Priorly, you need to update the value. Okay. If not, you need to update the value by making the pointer connections to that one. Then it also be allowed. Initially, the values what have been chosen for the Y representation is first one, it is a simply the tag value is a F here, because it is not been specified as a list. We are taking only the reference count into an account. So for each and every one, we are making it as a F here. And coming to the next one, what is the reference count initially? Initially, it is 1, and we need to start the processing of that elements here. So initially, it is been taken as a 1 here. Okay. Right now, this is the 1. Okay. Now, same as it is, we need to represent the elements. But if we are having a list, what you have to do, we must specify a reference count to that one. Okay. Now, if it is an atom, study the atom there. What is the next element? Next element is a list. So T, and then next you are forming a list here. If the previous one, you just marked this one with this elements here. Before marking a list, you need to write a reference count here. You are not making this one as a. This one is another list. So write the count of that one as a 1 here. It has been used only once. That's why we are writing only 1. And later, try to plot the values what we are having B and C there. And coming to the next one, Z, which has been representing the B list here. However it is been used means initially it is 1. Okay. Whether it is a list means as it is a list, how many times it is been used means at present it is using the at the second time, and here it is been using the at the third time. So how many reference counts are there? How many times it is A has been used means 1, 2, 3. 3 has to be mentioned here. Okay. And now see here, if you are taking this one, the reference count is 2 here. Why is it true means what it has been placed at the 2 times representations only. When we are placing the call, then what happens here? It has been including the values here. So if we are adding this one to means this connection to this one, what happens here is the reference count won't change. What we are doing, we are doing the reference count accessing to for this one. Initially we are need to consider 2 here. Why? So here is 1 has been called, 1 has been placed here. Okay. Now you are placing another call, that is a 2. And while you reaching this one, what it is doing, it is repeatedly increasing the value here. No need to represent it as an infinity. So the calls has been placed at once. What has to, we need to represent the count here, and we are making this recursion to this reference count only. So whenever you are placing a call to that one, the reference count increases. Means whenever you are using the C, the reference count increases here. And coming to this one, Z is having an empty one. So how far this empty one has been represented? The false is a tag, 1 is a reference count, 0 is a last one, because it is not having any other elements to be connected here. Like that, we need to represent the counts what we have been processing for that representation. Means here we have been that is sharing the list. Sharing the list means how far we have been sharing, how many members are sharing, how many lists are calling, that we need to know. If not, what happens here? It is not been taken into an account. Means if you are updating the list, means I cleared a value here. I cleared a value here. The reference count will be that is decreased here. That is 2. If you are adding another one, C, A, C, and the next add A, and the next add another A here, or you are calling itself only, what happens here is it has been making the recursive function, and also it has been making the reference count to be added there itself only. Okay, and this is means how many processing values we have been taken into an account here is, so we need to specify the tag here. What are the data you need to take that data to be considered, and we need to present the link to that one. If any reference is there, we need to represent to that reference processing there. Okay, that's about the unit 3 ma. So far we have been covered list representations, and then next what are the important aspects we have been used, that is a single linked list, multi-linked list, and other representations. And also we have seen that data structures which has been processed for that representation means stacks and queues. Apart from this, mentioning this list as that one, we have been used the generalized list processing also, means in the day-to-day life normally we are using this list consideration, how it is been specified, what are the factors it is been affecting, or means how we are going to store that one, if it is been shared, how it is been accessing that one, has been discussed there. Thank you.